Hi, happy Wednesday. It's business at noon. Welcome, Driven Next Gen Pace Setters. I know that I'm so excited about developing the next generation of leaders for our Driven national area and all the national areas that are coming out of the Driven national area, which we're so excited about. And so today I'm going to talk about what are you selling? Are you selling a starter kit or are you selling a dream, a hope, and a vision? And so as you pace along here with me, you guys, I want you to know that we're going to cover a lot of material and it's going to be awesome sauce. Super excited. Okay, so there will be a bonus today. And the bonus today is going to be about how to turn that book 10 that I had you do by Monday into 10 parties. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that. So thank you for being on. Thank you for submitting your dream work. I got all of your submissions. Thank you most of all for being my power partner. And I'm going to teach you what it really means to be a power partner. So are you ready for business at noon? All right, here we go. Let's go. We do have a Facebook group page. Yay. Thank you, Lisa Collazo, for putting that together. And I will be posting different things. Like right after this call, I'll be posting all of the links, the resources there. And sometimes I'll post something and I only want you to post in the comment section. For the most part, I don't want people putting in comments and all these things. I mean, putting in posts. So if I post something, it might be part of your dream work to put a comment in there, okay? And if you're like, oh, I didn't know there was a Facebook page, find your invitation from your Mary Kay sales director on Facebook. She would have sent that to you, all right? I am wearing here the Murtillo matte lipstick, but I put a gloss on it. And I'm like, I look a little goth, but I like it. It's good for fall. Okay, so about your dream work. Let me talk to you guys about your dream work. Every week, your dream work is due Tuesday at midnight. And this is there to set you up for the pace. That's why it's called the Pace Setters. It's about consistency. This business is about consistency. Consistency is not super sexy. It's not something people want. But I'm going to teach you how to be consistent because consistent is powerful and sexy. Once you realize how powerful and sexy it is, you're going to want it, okay? So that's what I can tell you guys about pacing along with us. So about the requirements, you do have to have all the requirements done and all the dream work done by October 31st. And so the earlier you get it done, the more points you actually collect throughout the month. And so the requirements, obviously the earlier you get it done, the more points you collect, but it teaches you two gifts. It's going to give you the gift of being proactive and it's going to give you the gift of being urgent. There is nothing like a human being with a sense of urgency to get things done, all right? It also shows me your hunger. I could tell who's hungry because they're getting things done on time. And you do get to make it up, but it starts to pile up. So I don't recommend that. I have this philosophy that I live by. It's touch it once. Hashtag touch it once. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to touch it once. And so next week, that will be part of our training on touch it once. Okay. Get it all done and you stay in the program. If not, you are out for the month of November. And so, yes, I want you to mark your calendar because we will be pacing along every Wednesday at noon, including the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And I know some people would think that we're not, but it's the middle of the day. Okay. So we will be together even that Wednesday. All right. So I want to give shout outs to those 4 sales directors and consultants who maxed out the points this week. Super proud of you guys. Carla Drakes in the Vivian Vijamil unit. Mabel Murr, congratulations, brand new Equinox director, soon to be senior Cadillac director. Kelly Gilliland in the Lisa Collazo unit, congratulations. And Barbara Martinez Padron in the Rosie Acevedo unit. I am so proud of you guys for maxing out, even getting the bonus. So last week, I didn't say that your book 10 had to get done for the month of October. For those of you that are like, but I need it to get done in October because we have double credit in October. Woo-hoo. So let me tell you, there's a huge tip, huge tip. Don't miss this. Pay attention, tune in. There will be extra bonus for those that hit the double credit. That means that when you max out at 2,000 wholesale, normally 2,000 wholesale counts as 4,000. But in the month of October, 2,000 wholesale is going to count like 8,000 retail. And so when you max out there, you will get bonus points on this Pace Setters. When you max out, your B with 6 qualified to get your Diamond Bumblebee. 6 qualified counts as 12 qualified. You can get half of your Diamond B done this month, bonus credit. Directors, because directors are pacing to mingle at the mansion in San Diego with 2 guest national sales directors. When you max out your 20,000 wholesale this month, you will get bonus points on this Pacesetters. For those of you that don't know, your unit goal is 20,000 wholesale minimum. That 20,000 wholesale usually counts as 40,000. Mary Kay obviously doubles it because we buy it for $1, sell it for $2. This month, instead of it counting as 40,000, it will count as 80,000 for your unit goal of 500,000, 300,000 unit club million, whatever you guys are going for. All right. So next week, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the training. I like to know what I'm going to learn next week. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, the mind game you play with yourself. That's next week's training. So I'm excited for you guys. All right, let's dig into what are you selling? Are you selling a starter kit? Or are you selling a vision? How do you know? What does it look like when you're selling a starter kit? And how can you know if you're doing this to stop doing this? Well, for most of us, if you are selling a starter kit, it's not on purpose. That's just not how we roll in Driven. It's not something you were trained on. For most of us, if you're selling a starter kit, it's actually subconscious, and typically it's a blind spot. It's something you don't notice. So how can you tell if you're doing this? Take notes, because if this is not you, cool. But what if you add someone to your team that inevitably starts to sell starter kits instead of a dream, a hope, and a vision? So I do want you to take notes, number one, so you can check yourself to make sure this is not happening to you, but also that it's not happening to your future team members. All right, so here we go. Most of your team members, now when I say most, that means more than half of the people you recruit, most of your team members do not show up to the meeting to get their Mary Kay pin, okay? That is an indicator that they bought a starter kit or you sold them a starter kit. They were not sold on a vision. They were not sold on hope. Maybe you thought that's what you were selling, but they did not capture that. They went home with the idea of a starter kit. Okay, getting $400 worth of product for $100. That was it to them. Okay, if they're not showing up to get pinned, if most of your recruits are not showing up to get pinned, this is happening. A second indication would be most of your team, more than half, do not attend new consultant orientation. When your director attempts to book them for new consultant orientation, they're not showing up, they're canceling, or they're not watching their video if they're out of town and we had to do it through video, okay? A third indication of this is most of your team members, after attending new consultant orientation, change their mind about Mary Kay and actually discontinue contact with you. Like they're like, you know what, this is not for me, this is not what I want to do, okay? The reason I say that is because if in fact they joined just to get a starter kit, when they go to NCO, it is so over their head. Sometimes people make you think that they want to do this to change their life and their circumstances, but they really were just getting the $400 for $100 and they didn't tell you. I'm going to make you really good at identifying that. Okay. And we're going to get to that. So don't forget that nugget. All right. And this is the last indicator that I have. Most of your team members do not hold a first party or a debut. They're not even interested, or they give you the runaround, or they don't say no right away, but then they cancel on you. If your first parties and debuts are canceling like crazy, if you can actually think, I've actually only done one of those out of everyone I've added. Most definitely, if you can check yes to most of these, you are selling a starter kit. You are not selling a vision, a hope, or a dream. And you're like, oh my gosh, Ari, how do I change that? I didn't realize I was doing that. I didn't realize that that was what was going on. So how do you sell hope? How do you sell a dream? How do you sell a vision? How do you steer them away from choosing a starter kit? Okay. I will tell you that the starter kit, if you've ever heard me share the marketing, is the very last thing I talk about. And it's almost like a matter of fact thing, like, oh, that flower is pink, by the way, right there. You know, it's not something I focus on, like, oh, let's look at the flower and what comes with the flower. Like, I don't romance the starter kit at all. It is just a thing that is parts of it, but it is literally almost completely skipped over because I don't want people getting $400 of product for $100. That is so important to me. All right, so on purpose things that I do when I'm sharing the opportunity, if you're taking notes, the very first thing you will notice is when I share the opportunity, I do not say I say you. What do you mean by that, Ari? When I'm saying, okay, let me tell you the 3 ways that I make money, I never say that. I've never said that except right now in that example. I always say, let me tell you the 3 ways that you make money as a Mary Kay beauty consultant. The first way you make money is you make 50% commission on everything you sell. So when you sell 200, you made 1,000. When you sell you made 100. When you sell 2,000, you made 1,000. So you decide how much you want to sell because you don't have any quotas. Mary Kay wanted you to have a relationship with your customers, not that you felt like you had to call them. So when you call your customer, it's to follow up with her because you genuinely care about her, because you don't want your customer walking around without her eyebrow, because a woman without an eyebrow is not really a woman. And so this is how you make money. You buy it for $1, you sell it for $2, you make 50% on everything you sell, you make 50% of your parties, you make 50. Now that you're listening to it, you're like, holy cow, she says you the whole time. Yes. And this is the key, because as I say the word you, she's envisioning herself selling, making money, making $1,000 a week, and that is the goal. As long as you're talking about I make 50% and I this and I this and I this, nobody can put themselves in your shoes, and you've lost the game right out of the gate. Okay? So you say you. When you are in the use of a car, you have a choice. You can take the Cruise or $425 a month. The second level car when you earn it is the Chevy Equinox or $500 a month. You can choose a pink Cadillac or $900 a month. The third way you make money is when you add a team member and you change someone's life. And now you get a love check. And that love check is so much fun to get in the mail. And Mary Kay, blah, 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 blah. And it's you. That's the song that you sing. All right. The only time I say I is when I share my I story. And I tell them, I'm going to tell you about me so I'm not a stranger to you. So hopefully you fall in like with me or in love with me, because this is the first of 2 dates. Today we're really going to focus on skincare. How many of you love makeup though? Where are my makeup girls? Oh my gosh. How many of you love makeup the way it looks on other people, but you don't know how to do that for yourself? Okay. So today we're really going to focus on skincare, because as awesome as makeup is, makeup just covers up our problems or solves our problems, right? It doesn't solve our problems, but skincare actually solves our problems. So today, before you leave, you'll have the opportunity to book a second date with me. If you fall in like with me today, I'm going to ask you, do you want to go out on a second date? And when you say yes at that date, I'm going to teach you how to do your makeup. I'm actually going to empower you and teach you how to do all these things like I have on me, or whatever kind of look you want. If you want a quick look, a classic look, an elegant look, whatever you want, I'm going to do that with you. But today we focus on skincare. But before we do that, I want to tell you about me. And the reason why I want to tell you about me is so I'm not a stranger to you. It is my goal you never forget me. Let me tell you what I love to do. I love to serve others. It is my love language. I'm here to serve you, and I'm here to add value to you. I love to add value. I hate wasting people's time. It's like the thing that I hate the most. And so I want to make sure that you leave here knowing that you can look younger forever. But more importantly, I want you to know how Mary Kay could change a woman's life. And I tell them my story. Now, this will be part of your dream work, because my I story, my why story is very strategic. It has been rehearsed. It's been practiced out loud, and it is extremely concise. But another thing, and I hope you wrote down those points, it reaches all personality styles on purpose. It touches all 4 corners of the earth. What are the 4 personality styles? The DISC, okay? In my I story, I will somehow make a D feel alive, an I feel alive, an S feel alive, and a C feel alive. Why? You have to learn how to speak in their language, not in yours. Because if you're an I and you just come across as an I, you're only going to attract other eyes, okay? You want to speak in everybody's language to be a universal communicator so that all women are a magnet to you. Do you know the DISC? Well, if you don't know the DISC, it's inside your Mary Kay University manual, and this is mine. It's my brain on paper. And if you notice, it looks like totally ragged and tagged and torn. And so it's inside your manual. And if you want to have impact when you share your story, you need to know your audience. You will find the chart on page 35 and memorize it, okay? That'll be part of your dream work. All right, the next tip I can tell you. Okay, so you, not I. Number 2, a passionate why story. Number 3, speak in vision. How do you speak in vision? You take them there with your words. You must transform people from where they are to somewhere else. That is actually the definition of leadership. A leader can take someone from here to there. How do I do that? I tell them, imagine your life without a car payment. What would you do with the extra money? That's just one simple way of how I take people from where they are to somewhere else. Imagine your life with an extra $50 a week. What would that do for you? Imagine your life where your job is not all consuming and you have a place that makes you income that also provides an escape, where you're surrounded with women of excellence who make you better. Imagine a way to pay for your kids' college tuition. And I take them there in their mind, and I make them go there with my words, with the story that I paint. And so that happens naturally just by switching every time you share the opportunity from I to you, because they're seeing themselves there. And that is how you speak in vision. When you speak in vision, people can see themselves transformed to a new place. You might not have realized this, that when you are in my space, I do that for you. And because I do that for you, I move you from here to there. Because I move you from here to there, I'm naturally your leader. I don't have to say I'm your leader. You feel it. You feel pulled towards me. And where I go, you want to follow because you know I can move you from here to there. That is how you speak in vision, and that is the importance of vision. The most powerful zone in your brain is the zone of imagination. This is why children are so precious. And you take them there with your questions. The questions need to start with the following words: who, what, where, when, how. Who, what, where, when, how. Never why. Why cast judgment? So, imagine your life without a car payment. Whose life would you impact? Imagine a life with vacations. Where will you go? How can you leave a legacy for your children? When I share the Mary Kay opportunity, there are times that I inject these who, what, where, when, and how questions. There's a reason for that. Because when I ask these questions, people are subconsciously answering them, and it is forcing them to go into their imagination. If I can take you into your imagination with my words, I am lifting you higher. If I'm lifting you higher, you want to be a part of this, okay? It is not logical. I don't do it with logic. I do it by transforming of the mind. And the way to transform the mind is by transforming your vocabulary. So you need to know your job. Your job is to focus more on a life with Mary Kay instead of overcoming their objections. I can share with you, and this is tip number 1, 2, 3, 4 was the questions: who, what, where, when, how. This is tip number 5, know your job. Know your job. Focus more on a life with Mary Kay than overcoming objections. I think most of the time we don't share the opportunity because we think it's our job to dig them out of their hole. And let me just newsflash, it is not your job to dig them out of their hole. If you did that, you would be removing her power, and then instead of making her feel hopeful, you would be disempowering her. Your job is to empower her. And how do you empower her is not by digging her out of her hole. It's my job, it is your job to get her to imagine her life with Mary Kay. So she says, yeah, but I don't have time. I have a job here and I do this and I do this. I say, okay, that's fine. In 5 years, where will you be? See, that was a where question. Did you get that? In 5 years, where will you be? What will be different? Who else is offering you an opportunity to change those circumstances? Am I the only one that is actually illuminating a light as a way out? If you want something bad enough, I know you have the power within you to figure it out. I have the opportunity. I don't need to tell her how to manage her time. You know what? I don't need to tell you how to manage your time. You've done some pretty hard things in your life. If I asked you, tell me about the hard stuff you've done, I'd probably be in tears. You're completely capable of figuring it out. I just need to get you to dig deeper into your why. Once you know your why, you're going to go over and around through any obstacle to make it happen, because I want to ask you something. Who else is offering you what Mary Kay is offering you? Is anyone else knocking on your door telling you, let me show you for free? This is free. This is not costing you anything. Right? So it is not your job to overcome objections. It is your job to take her there in her imagination, and she will figure it out on her own. It is your job to empower her, to get her to imagine a life with the possibilities of Mary Kay in it. All right, tip number 6. You can recruit anyone. You can recruit anyone in any stage of life, in any ethnicity, different than your own, any personality. And you're going to ask me, Auri, how? 2 ways. 2 tips. Number 1, speak into it. And number 2, get her to identify to someone who is like her. What do I mean speak into it? All right. Identify the elephant in the room. I'm going to tell her, listen, I know that you probably like me and I like you too, and we made a connection, but you don't relate to me. Like, you're in a different stage of life. You're about to be an empty nester. You just took one of your kids to college. The next one's going off next year, and you're thinking, yeah, but Ari, you don't know what I'm going through. And you're right. I don't know what you're going through, but I know who does. If I could put you in front of a woman who has gone through what you've gone through with Mary Kay by her side, would you be empowered by her? Not would you like to meet her, would you be empowered by her? She can say yes. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. I want you to meet her. She will be at my meeting Monday night. I want you to be my guest of honor. I'm actually going to pay you to go. You know that eye cream that you didn't take home today? This is your gift. I'm going to give it to you for free Monday at the meeting because I want you to meet her. Now, after the meeting, you can say no. This isn't for you. That's totally okay. But I want you to make the most educated decision possible, because I know that right now all you see of Mary Kay is me. You see me so young with the little babies. You're thinking this is great for her, but not for me. I want you to see something different. Should you choose to say no, that's totally okay. The eye cream is still yours and you still get to be my happy customer. Is that cool? Awesome. Did you see how I removed every obstacle? I completely empowered her. I gave her every reason not to say no to me and every reason to say yes. Why? Because I don't need her to say yes to me. I need her to say yes to herself. I'm identifying the big elephant in the room. I'm going to say, listen, I like you. You like me. I feel like we made a connection. I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, I can't lead you because we're not in the same ethnicity group, you know, and I understand that your culture is different than mine. However, I know someone that if you saw her, you'd be totally empowered. And I would love to give you the opportunity to meet her. What are you doing Monday night? And I ask, what are you doing? Not can you come? I ask, what are you doing Monday night? I ask what, who, where, when, how questions all the time. I do not ask yes or no questions ever. You'll notice that about me. You'll notice that you rarely answer me yes or no. It's just not a thing that I do. And that is something that I've trained my brain. By the way, everything I'm teaching you is nothing natural. None of it is a gift to me. It is all stuff I have learned. And I have learned it because it is my responsibility to take people from here to there. I cannot leave you where I found you. It is my job to add value, to elevate you. I take that calling very seriously on my life. Okay, the next tip I want to give you. You can recruit anyone. How do you do this? Number 1, identify the elephant in the room. And number 2, extend her, and I already shared this, extend to her an invitation to be empowered by another woman like herself. Okay, if you have kids, and she doesn't, get her in front of people who don't have kids. If she's older than you, get her in front of someone who's older than you. If she's younger than you, take her. And this all happens at the meeting. It is at the meeting that they find women like themselves that they're totally empowered by. Okay? The meeting will finish it for you. For the most part, building my Mary Kay business, my meeting was reserved even to this day for people I really want to recruit. I don't necessarily take people to the meeting as a first-time guest unless if it was a networking connection. Okay? I prefer to meet them in their home. All right, here we go. Moving along. The next tip I have is always have your agreements pre-filled out and with stickers on them. Why? It takes the edge off, you guys. This is the folder that's in my starter kit. If you notice, I have agreements in here. If you notice, I have my closing set sheets all right there. And if you notice, I have my opinion forms in here, okay? And there is a reason as to why I do it this way. I'm very, and I have an agreement here. There we go. I mean, they all have stickers on them. Did you notice that? They have like, okay. It takes the edge off if they're pre-filled out and if they have stickers on them. So they have stickers. I already have my director's name and unit number. I really filled out the bottom. Also, not only that, but I also signed it there, Be Driven, Love Auri. You can sign it the same way, Be Driven with your name. And this is extremely important that you have these in front of you. The more agreements you throw up, the more that will come down. Of course, when you have your closing set sheets, you have the marketing in front of you. And I think that that is really simple. And you must have your opinion forms, because otherwise your director can't do follow-up with you. And that keeps it real simple, okay? I know that this information about the starter kit and what they get is on here, but just as tiny as it is as tiny as it is when I share the opportunity. The reason why that I do all of this is because I want them to understand that this is not that big of a deal. This is, you know what? Let's try it for 30 days. And I say this very often. They have, oh, I don't know. And then I go, listen, let's just try it for 30 days. If in 30 days, I'm going to give you a challenge to do 30 practice phases. At the end of those 30 practice phases, you're going to know, yeah, wow, this was much more than I expected. I'm in love. I had a great time. Look at all the money I made. Or you're going to be like, you know what? I tried it. It's not for me. Cool. You just go back to being my customer. What do you have to lose? But do you really want to walk away thinking, can I do this? I wonder, what if I could change my life? What if I could change my children? Like that pondering, like just say yes or no. I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a go for 30 days or not. And that's so helpful. Okay. And the last thing that I want to share with you, and this is why the opinion form is out, is this is my last tip. I get her very clear why. Okay. What does this mean? It means that I don't do all the talking. Okay. Because if I'm doing all the talking, I can't find out her very clear why. This is a rule for me, because if I don't know her why, I will not be able to show her how to move forward. I cannot take you higher if I don't know your why. And then when you feel like walking away, you'll probably end up walking away because I don't know what to anchor you back into. In order for you to get people's why, you have, so if she says, watch this, well, you know what, why would you do this, Auri? I'm like, I could really use extra money. Great, awesome, this is extra money for you. That's where most people would be like, you got to fill it out, I'm going to show you how, you get excited. This is the night. Well, what would you use the money for? I don't know, bills, things. What's the first bill you pay off? She said bills. She stays quiet, she doesn't want to tell you. What would you pay off? A credit card, a medical bill? You owe people money? She's like, yeah, we have credit cards we have to pay off. Like, what's the biggest one? What's the balance? And you might think that I'm prying, and I am not. I am genuine, I'm sincere, and I'm going to show her a plan. She's like, $4,000. I'm like, that's $8,000 in sales. If you are willing to run with me, if you could get that credit card paid off in 6 months, would you be willing to learn? That's $8,000 in sales in 6 months' time. That's like $800 a month in sales. I could teach you how to do that very part-time, holding one in-home appointment that would require 2 to 3 hours of your life outside of your home every week. Are you willing to learn? I don't know, I have to think about it. I'm going to give you something to think about. Who else has sat in front of you in the last 6 months that has actually given you a tangible plan to help your family get out of debt? And if the answer is no one else, would you not just try? What is keeping you from just trying? And you guys, this is why I need to know the why. Because if I don't know the why, I can't anchor her into anything. I don't want to know just the money. What are we going to do with the money? What are we going to do with it? Who cares about money? I need to know what it means. It's not the money, it's the freedom. She wants freedom from debt. She wants to be free, to know she doesn't owe anything to anybody. That's the gift you give people. That is why I need to know her very clear why. And the question is right there. Imagine you're running a successful Mary Kay business. Which dreams are you fulfilling and getting closer to? And I want to know the answer to that question. So when people fill these out, if they hand them out and they only answer this and this, and they don't have to say, you forgot the last question. What dream would you be making a reality if you said yes to this Mary Kay opportunity? She has to think about it. And yeah, that requires brain power. If you find, by the way, I'm going to add this to the top of my list. If you find a lot of people are not answering this question, chances are you're not selling a vision when you share the opportunity. Just so you know, if you can go back and these are blank, you're not selling a vision. Okay. When you can make people go into vision, this is an easy question for them to answer. All right, so that is how to sell a vision, a dream, and a hope, and not a starter kit. I am going to get into your dream work. However, I'm going to have a bonus for you because as part of your dream work is I'm going to teach you how to turn that book 10 facial into book 10 parties. And this is going to be so easy and so awesome because part of your dream work is the very first thing I'm going to have you do is turn every call, try, make the attempt, okay, to turn all these facials. You're going to ask them all to do a group appointment. So how are you going to do this? Let me explain to you how this works. Okay, there's a script. I will post it on our Facebook page. And the script says something like this. You know, I'm going to call Diane. Diane, I am so excited you said yes to lending me your face and for being a huge part of the goal that I have to get my 10 faces done this week. Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask you for one more thing. Since you and I are already getting together on Monday, can I text you a super cute invite that you could just copy and paste and send it to a few friends to see if they would want to join us on Monday too? Diane, if they can't, honestly, it's not a big deal. I'm coming just for you. But if they can, let me tell you what's in it for you. You're going to get a free blah, blah, blah. Whatever you want to say. I'm just going to pick charcoal mask right now. You're going to get a free charcoal mask. That's a $24 product for you for free for helping me out. It's a simple copy paste and whoever can, great. And if they can't, that's okay too. Is that good with you? Could you help me with that? Almost everybody's going to say yes. It's a copy paste. I mean, like, it's not a big deal. You're asking people to copy paste. And she's like, yeah. And you're like, yay, that's awesome. I'm so excited to see you. Thank you for supporting me and my goal. It means the world to me. I cannot wait to give you $1 million treatment on Monday. And it's not just for you. It's for those awesome girlfriends that you have. So I'll text it to you now and just send it over to them. Okay, now what you text them is already inside the MKU manual. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what page it's on because it's super simple, but I know that you already know this, and it is on page 23. Okay, and you send it to her, and it says, hey, save the date for a super fun girlfriend time beauty experience Monday at 6:30 at my house. RSVP to my favorite MK girl, Auri, at 305-479-4591 for a gift from her. Can't wait to see you then. Hugs and kisses, Diane. Okay. In order for you to do this, that means you do need to get Pic Collage. How do you create invitations like that? You need to get Pic Collage. It's an app. You want to learn it. You can use a different app if you have a different app, but you do need to learn or delegate how to make cute digital invitations. Find a millennial, a teenager, a grandchild, a friend, or maybe you could trade with another consultant. She's good at it and you could do something for her. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, whatever. I just need you to figure it out how to get cute invitations whenever you need them, okay? When her guest texts you back to RSVP, because she's going to text you, you're going to say, yay, I have a gift reserved for you. And then what do you do after that? On page 23, it tells you how to coach her. So you're going to use page 23 inside your Mary Kay University manual. About the gift, what are you going to give her? This is my favorite thing to gift her. I give her a charcoal mask take-home experience. You can order these on Amazon. I'll post it on our Facebook page. All resources and links will post. And I put my business card inside. On the business card, I write the date of our second appointment and I put her name on it. So how does this roll? I'm at Diane's house. She has her 2 friends, her plus 2, right? She gets her free charcoal mask. Everybody who RSVPs to me gets a gift. If you don't RSVP, you don't get a gift. So I have my gifts like in a little basket, or my 2 gifts. I'll say, oh my gosh, Lily and Maria, you guys RSVP. Thank you so much. I have your gifts for you. So when you come on over to the living room, I will give you your gift. We'll have the opportunity to book that second date for your color, and whatever you want to take home, let me know. I have it here for you so you look this gorgeous again tomorrow. So Lily, you want to come first. When they come over from the dining table to the living room, that is when I give them their gift. I say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I had such a great time. Did you enjoy it? Great. This is your charcoal mask take-home experience. It's in here with an instruction guide for you. And I can't wait to see you again for your second date. And so we're going to play makeup. What would you prefer, this week, or is next week more like what you had in mind? Now, I said that because this week is booked for me. She's next week. Okay, how about Thursday? Does that work? And I book it and I write it, your second date, Thursday at 6:30. I'm like, this is your reminder next to your charcoal mask. So you could put it somewhere that you won't forget. Awesome. Let me see your customer card here. So it says that you like to take home the Miracle Set. You're such a smart shopper. That's like our greatest deal. And you get 1 additional item at half off. What would you like to take at half off? And I have a little sheet here so you can take a look. And what else? And what else? And what else? And then you total it up, okay? So this is a gift I give people. I do not hand it out in front of everyone. I give it to them individually at the closing table. I book her appointment. I close her sale, okay? And then I book her if she's interested in the opportunity, if she was a 4, to the studio. And so the way that I do that, I notice, I grab her page. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're interested in the opportunity, you're 4. I would love for you to be my guest of honor at my, and I have my money bag right there, right? Because this is where I put the money and the receipts and the profile cards. I would love for you to be my guest of honor. I know that you don't have kids and I do, so you're probably thinking this is just for moms, but I would love to empower you and allow you to have the opportunity to meet some women who are making some serious money who don't have children. And this is an invitation for you to be my guest of honor at my studio. And I'm there Monday night. What are you doing Monday night, Lily? And I just lean in and I wait. She's like, well, I don't know if I can. I'm like, well, what do you got going on? She's like, well, I have a meeting at 6. Will you do it by 7? I just try to overcome obstacles, give her the invitation, book her. I'm say, listen, Lily, I'm actually going to make it worth your time. I'm going to pay you to go. I know that you were like, oh, do I lips at half off, and you went with the eye makeup. Remember, I like to give you the satin lips at half off for coming Monday night as my guest of honor. So I'm going to pay you to go. How does that sound? Okay, great. Yay. My director, Auri, oh my gosh, she's going to love to meet you. And I really want you to meet. We have this director. She's really young, a little older than you, but she's not married and doesn't have kids. She's making a lot of money at this. And I think that you could really be empowered by her. And I do want you to know, Lily, if you decide that day that this is not for you, that's okay. You get to be my happy customer. I just want you to have the opportunity to see it through somebody else's eyes, to see all the possibilities that Mary Kay could be for you or for someone that you love and know. Sounds good? Okay, and then I give you the invitation. Okay, so that is how you turn a facial into a group appointment. It is just by asking them, hey, I'm going to create an invite. Can you just copy paste? Super simple. All of the RSVPs need to go to you. The RSVPs get a gift. Then you book them. I went through all that. Okay, you guys ready for your dream work? Here it is. Dream work number 1 is turn your facials into group appointments. You do need to ask them all. That is what is required. I believe everyone will say yes. It's just a copy paste. What do you believe? Your belief factor has a lot to do with it. Number 2, you're going to do follow-up coaching with every person that does RSVP to you for their gift and follow it through. It's on page 23. Number 3, you're going to study the DISC, the D-I-S-C, inside of your manual. I do want you to write down the notes of the things that you're going to say in your why story to cover all 4 corners of the earth, okay, when sharing your opportunity. Number 4, you're going to create a revised why story. Why? I want you to find your powerful voice. That is why. Simple questions that you can answer to help you create a why story. If you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. On page 34 in the MKU manual, there's like 5 questions that if you answer them, it automatically creates the why story for you. But part of this is that you then have to voice your why story over to your sales director. You could do that on any app, on WhatsApp, Voxer, voice to text, audio recording, but it must be your voice where you actually say your why story to your director. Okay. Number 5, you need to have invitations to your weekly success meeting in your money bag. Okay. All right. Where do you get Studio Pink ones? Because I know a lot of your Studio Pink consultants, Pink Printing has them. They will be at Camp Holiday Saturday. Okay. Number 6, you're going to take your Mary Kay Beauty Consultant agreements and pre-fill them out. You're going to put stickers on them, sign the bottom, put smiley faces, pre-fill them out. Okay. Number 7, you're going to take your DISC test online. I'll post the link. I want to know what is your DISC personality style. And then on the post, I will put a picture here of who you are. And then in the comment section, you get to tell us who you are. So you do have to put that in the comment section. All right, this is the last one on here. Prioritize this list. Here we go. Do it. I want you to prioritize this list. I want you to start with the ones that are the hardest, the ones that you would most naturally avoid, the one that you're like, oh, I really don't want to do that. And you're going to go from the hardest one to the easiest one. You're going to work it backwards. I'm going to teach you how to do this. I want you to join the Din Din Club. If you don't know what the Din Din Club is, it is do it now, do it now, do it now. Proverbs 3:28 says, if you can help your neighbor now, don't say, oh, come back tomorrow and I'll help you then. Do you know that the Bible created the original Do It Now Club? If you could help someone today, why would you wait until tomorrow? If you can help yourself today, that's included in there. Why would you wait until tomorrow? Do it now, do it now, do it now. All scripts, resources, links will post to your Facebook page by tonight. Are you ready? I want to tell you this. You're thinking, Ari, wow, that's a lot. Okay, sure, that's fair. It is a lot. You want to be your own boss? You want that freedom? You want to be debt-free? You want that vacation? You want to pay for that college fund? You want to show your kids that you can? You want to replace your income? You want that 6-figure income? You want to empower other women? You want a free car without a credit check? You want a 6-figure income? Like I said that one already. You want to travel the world? You want other women of excellence as your best friend? Guess what? You have to study it. You have to learn it. You have to practice it. You have to chase it down. I want to ask you, who else is offering you all of this? Especially think about who's offered you all of that in the last month or two. You've done harder things, as I said earlier today. You surely can do this. If I could do it, you could do it. If I could do it, you could do it. If I could do it, you could do it. That's what I want you to repeat to yourself. If Ari could do it, I could do it. If my director could do it, I could do it. If my recruiter could do it, I can do it. You want to power partner with me? I'm going to tell you this. Come chase me down. Come and get me. I want to be your power partner. I want you right here, right next to me. I know that you have done harder things and you're totally capable. Mary Kay is offering you so much. And this is what I promise you. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love who comes out of you. You're going to love what you're going to get out of this. And it's going to be worth it. Until our next power lunch at noon. Make it a powerful pink and on purpose day. I love you. Mwah.